Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thank you so much for joining me here today. We're taking another look here at NEAR, and just before we do, we always look at Bitcoin, just get a baseline on the market so we know exactly what's going on, right? Every good trader will know that. Furthermore, thank you for joining me if you are new to the channel. I'm not a financial advisor, this is for educational purposes only, but just know I've been trading for a very long time, over 15 years, and my goal is to help you, learn how to become a better trader, right? Teach you how to fish instead of, giving you a fish, right? That whole analogy. So we're just going to go ahead and take a look at that. And also know I do have a trading community, of course. Link in the description below for that, CryptoCache Premium. Check that out in your own time. I send out signals for every single trade that I take, and I'm confident in saying that I average about 80 to 85% success rate month in, month out. Check that out in your own time. Moving on to Bitcoin here. Take a look here. Prices above both moving averages. Pretty standard stuff there. It's going to be like that for a little while. The price over the last 2 days, technically 3 days, actually bounced off of the support level of 60,000. Furthermore, we have 58,000 as a secondary support, creating a little bit of support channel there. So if we do end up losing the price action, it comes back down. We do have these two here as well. Furthermore, there's a resistance channel between 65 and 66,000. The very last bit of information is the volume profile range here. We can see that 55,000 is a pretty strong average for the amount of volume in the last, just say, 2 weeks of trading. So that being said, we do lose both of those support levels, for example. I feel like 55 would be a strong place to bounce and add to your position. Okay, that's kind of what we're looking at there for Bitcoin. So moving on to NEAR, let's see what's going on. I can see why I got a lot of requests here recently for the price where it's at. No kidding, that's quite a lot of movement in one day. Let's see here. So just to quickly get perspective, we're looking at about a 30% from bottom to top, 32% price increase in a 24-hour trading period. That's pretty good. Good news is the price is above both moving averages. Obviously, the 50 is working as a nice continuous support. So just bear this in mind. The price doesn't coming back down. There's a strong chance we're going to see that eventually average out to bounce off that and perhaps have an ascending wedge pattern break out to the upside. Right? That happens quite a lot. But moving on, let's go ahead and take a quick look at RSI up over 70. Pretty standard stuff. Bear in mind when the price is over 70 on a one-day chart and a candlestick's that large, there's a strong chance we might see retracement in the near future. You'll hear me say that a lot. I'm more of a conservative trader personally. If that doesn't fit your profile and you're just a diamond hand holder and you're going to hold on forever, that's perfectly fine, all well and good. But I like to take profits when I still can. So something like this tells me that we probably should consider taking some profits if you, of course, got in anywhere between $7 and $9 or even lower. Of course, depends on your long-term goal, but generally speaking, I like to take profits while I still can. And that is essentially where you're at there. So moving on to MACD, we had Convergence about a week ago. So I'll just mark that really quick. Take a look at the 1 hour chart, see what the Ichimoku cloud tells us, but we can go ahead and move on to the 4 hour and see what's going on. So looking at the 4 hour chart here, taking a quick peek, we can see we got a MACD convergence on the 24th as well here. We'll mark that too, because I just like to see the correlation between the MACD on the 4 hour chart and the 1 day chart and how it kind of coalesces with the Ichimoku cloud. If you're new to the channel, the Ichimoku cloud is a fantastic indicator you want to make sure to include in your tool set, just based on the fact that it works very well for kind of confirming that you're on the right side of the price action. Okay. But looking at this here 4 hour chart, I can kind of see that we do have somewhat of an overextension. We're getting close. We're at a 7 on this continuation. So the potential of this continuing much higher, I would say we have no more than 8 hours worth of bullish momentum that we're going to see as a push to the upside, just based on the simple fact that we need to have some consolidation soon, otherwise it's going to retrace. If we don't see that, we're going to see the price come back down. Speaking of retrace, why don't we go ahead and take a look at Fibonacci retracement and see where we're at here. So we can see a nice support and resistance level here, essentially a support at about 1043. And there's also a secondary support here, or more so a primary at 1181. So the price does come back down. We'll see those two, one of those two working as a strong support. And of course, just to kind of forecast to the future there, essentially at this point, if as a better case scenario here, what we're going to see is we're going to probably see the price somewhere up closer to $17, $18 within about a month or so. And I say that just based on the fact that, this increase is all well and good, but without consolidation and some type of recovery, we may not see that higher point. But this is very likely as long as Bitcoin doesn't retrace to 55,000 tomorrow, right? Again, if it doesn't take a nosedive, we should be in pretty good shape, because even though this is moving independent of Bitcoin, every coin is still reliant on Bitcoin. That's why we look at it first, and any good trader will know that, because of the simple fact that Bitcoin controls everything, but it can only control so much, right? Its market capitalization is pretty high. So a lot of the market capitalization, when it comes away from it, that dominance comes down. Coins, prices like this increase because it's absorbing more of that domination. So Near is definitely one of those coins that's going to probably continue to increase. I think I'm being a bit on the conservative side, saying that it's going to only hit $17 or $18 within a month or so, but I'd much rather be conservative than optimistic. If that makes sense, right? You got to be realistic in trading. That's just the bottom line. Don't let those other folks, convince you that it's going to shoot to the moon. Moons are bad because of the fact that they have to come back down, right? There's always that, okay? Again, if you set profit targets before you get into your trade, all well and good. Let it go to the moon because you're going to take your profits on the ride, right? But if you're just a diamond hand holder, you go to the moon and one day you're sleeping and it comes down 40%, you're going to be kind of out and it's not a good thing. So always set targets and stop losses before you jump in any trade. Every time, no matter what. Period. No other way around it. I try to stress that in my trading community. Obviously, swing trades and hodl trades is a different story. If you're holding for a long time, you may not need a strong support or essentially a strong stop loss, but always set profit targets. That's why I recommend trading bots too. We use Cornix trading bot in our community. It's a Telegram trading bot, which is nice. It's fully automated through their mobile phones. But if you like more of like a PC user, 3 Commons works very well. And that's really the only way to get multiple profit targets. Let's take a quick look at the Ichimoku cloud on the 1 hour and wrap this up. So taking a look at the 1 hour chart here. Pretty straightforward, but as you can kind of see, right where we had the MACD convergence in this 4 hour time frame, the price had bounced off of the cloud. So instead of coming down and essentially giving us a sell signal, it bounced and essentially gave us a buy signal. So that was awesome. So had you just noticed that, then you would have had a pretty good increase, approximately 35% from that point to the current price action in no less than a 24-hour period. So sometime yesterday, this was basically telling us, hey, around 5 o'clock, you should have notice that the price was stayed above the cloud, and essentially we're looking at a MACD convergence in the 4 hour chart. See if we can go back a little further. I know this is a bigger line here, of course, because a 1 day candlestick really is hard to note or narrow down. You got 24 hours within that time frame, but if you see this 24-hour period, you see the price is basically hovering above and below. That's right when we got a MACD convergence in the 1 day chart. So again, I stress this to my patrons. Always try to prefer to use the 4 hour chart for the MACD convergence, which is essentially when the 12-day exponential moving average intersects with the 26 in an upward fashion. It's basically just telling us the bears have lost control and the bulls are taking control. The Ichimoku cloud fulfills a very similar process. It's just delayed, so it kind of gives you a forecast. And what's great about it is it works as a support level. So heaven forbid we do come down here and we lose this and we come down, wherever the cloud is at, it's going to hopefully push the price back up. It does that in a lot of bullish momentous trends. We can see here it's done that already. It pretty much stayed above the cloud the entire time. So all in all, this is doing very well. I think Near has extremely good potential to be in the 17 to 20 range by year end. Likely even higher once Altcoin season comes into full effect, right? Because the large market cap coins like this one are going to take a lot of the market capitalization and continue to increase first. So this will be one we're going to continue to see increase, along with others as well. Like we saw Solana made a new all-time high today. There's a lot of other coins taking off at this point. So, really good time to be, have some money and capital into crypto, of course, and just be along for the ride. It's really cool stuff. But generally speaking, if you find benefit in this at all, please consider liking and subscribing. Check me out on Patreon, of course. Check that out. See if you like it. It's basically just a trading community where I send out signals for every single trades I take. We all learn and grow together. It's growing a lot faster than I expected. In only like 3 months, we have somewhere in the range of 60 members, and it's a really cool experience. So if you need a leg up in the industry, I'll be there with you. Looking forward to getting to know you better. Okay, so check that out in your own time. Thank you so much regardless for watching this video. I hope you all have a great rest of your day. We'll see you in the next one.